So we're here at the National Wild Turkey Federation show in Nashville, Tennessee. And as you know, I'm going to be going turkey hunting this year. I've been learning how to use friction calls. Tony Hansen told me about that. And mouth calls and box calls. But actually we've got to find the birds first before we can call those bad boys into us. So right here I've got two of the outdoor industry's most prolific, famous, credible outdoor writers. We have Will Brantley, who is, you've read him everywhere, Field and Stream. He's the editor of Realtree.com, and of course we've got my personal turkey hunting hero and all-round super guy, Hickoff. Now, it's not just about bringing the birds in, you've got to find those bad boys first. How is it you do that?
Early in the morning, they'll shot gobble at any kind of loud sound. I've heard them gobble at slamming a truck door, but usually I'll use they call it a locator call, and it's it's a crow call or a coyote howl, and I usually use a barred owl hoot, and that's really one of the most popular, especially early in the morning.
So the birds are up in the tree, kind of sleeping, feeling all comfortable. They've had a nice dream. The chances are they were busy the day before. They were tired, right?
Yeah. When you wake them up, and they jump up and gobble.
So what is the call, and how do you know which bird to go for?
I usually go, so far as the bird to go for, I usually go to the one that's the closest.
Right. Okay. Makes sense.
Usually I've ideally got a pretty good idea of, from scouting where that turkey's roosted and where I can set up on him and things like that. Ideally I had a pretty good idea that turkey was there to begin with, but I want to go to the closest bird that I know I can set up on and kill.
So you either shut the door or
do an owl hoot.
Okay, well, you've got to teach me how to do an owl hoot.
Teach you how to do an owl hoot. I do it with my natural voice. There's a lot of owl hooters made, but
when I first met you, I thought you sounded just like an owl.
Just like an owl. Well, it's not hard. I learned it as a kid, so it's.
And Will did the barred owl, which is more resonant.
The barred owl.
You could also use a great horned owl, which is softer. Say you're in a piney woods, and you know that turkeys are roosted 60 yards there, but you don't know whether it's 50, sometimes they move during the night, and it's a different cadence, different notes, and you might do something like that, and it's very close, it's very soft, but you're basically saying, I'm in your zone, I don't want to screw up, I don't want to resonate with a barred owl, which is just a booming, if you're in a holler, booming down a canyon, it's going to just project it. So you may even get at your setup and crouch down and set up. The turkey's right there, and you may just. I don't know if you use the great horned owl, but I use that a lot. It's very soft, just very soft, and they will gobble at that. Something that, and who knows what it is. I mean, is it territorialism? Is it
No, this is really cool. I'm actually hearing how different species of owl call.
But it's not hard to do. It's kind of a sound that comes from your chest. It's sort of making like the kung fu sound, and there you go. And then you're adding in a cadence and the traditional words or who cooks for you, who cooks for you all, and it's.
I sound like a dog. So it's very nasally though, yeah.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, yeah. It's not coming out of your mouth. You're kind of forcing air up from your chest.
You sound like a chimpanzee now.
The other concern is not to care at all how you look when you're doing this in the turkey woods.
Okay. Sorry, my image was destroyed years ago. I'm not worried about that. No, I want to kill birds. Is what I want to do. So what you're saying is we need to practice the sounds, the variety of sounds. We need to make sure we've done our homework so we know where the birds are. And then sometimes you just got to be downright lucky.
Yes.
That helps on occasion.
So I'm sure the guy found out that by slamming the door he can make the turkey call because he forgot one morning, not enough caffeine, gets out the car, bang, ooh, you think your whole day is finished and then suddenly you hear birds calling. So it's a little bit of luck, but I'm going to really look forward to squealing like a dog, like a pig, hooting like an owl, and sooner or later we'll be able to call those birds in. Is that the way it works?
I think so.
Cool, well thank you so much for your time, gentlemen. Absolute pleasure.
Yes, sir,
Will Brantley and the legendary, the ethereal, my personal hero, Steve Hickoff. Thanks guys. Subscribe to Team Mod TV for the best tutorial videos on YouTube in our new show, Team Mod's Academy.